somebody said, yeah, I hate playback. Like, well, I hate when artists don't come with a band. And I was like, you guys are funny. Because it's not really a question of what you like or what you don't like most of the times. It's also the economics behind it. And I was explaining to Lil Maro the full breakdown of how much it costs to do a live show. So let's analyze the difference between a live show, which is something that we all love to do, or a show in a club, when you are a performer in our markets. A lot of us, when we do our music, that first of all, to preface that, I believe that performing is performing, whether it is on doing a dance performance and a full, like Madonna style when she was doing her tour with 4, 5, 7 dancers and dancing and lip syncing on your words and doing a performance that is more like a visual, or singing with a band that is playing live behind you and you are singing live. Listen, I think there's space for everything. And people have to stop acting like they are singers themselves and pretending that, oh, I want this or I want that and this I don't want or whatever, unless they are able to pay for what they want. Because a lot of the times, people love to talk about things and do a lot of, talkation, if I can say, but then there's no money. The monetization that comes with helping the artists deliver what they want to see is not there a lot of the times. And only big festivals can pay that. So you have to understand the economics of why a lot of Zouk artists or Kizomba artists, for example, do playback with open mic, which means you play on top of your CD and you sing on top of your MP3 or your original song. And people would say, yeah, but you could play on top of your instrumental. And yeah, you could. But the thing is this: when you go to a club, especially, so there's different types of show. It's what people don't understand. You have the full big concert, 10,000 people, 3,000 people, 1,000 people, whatever, with the full setting, stage, engineers, etc., and with the live show and etc. They hire you, perfect. And then you have smaller shows, and you can still have and come with a small band and etc., or come with dancers, whatever, or with a DJ. And then you have clubs. And a lot of the Zouk and Kizomba artists, they perform usually in clubs. And especially in cities like Paris and different cities, there's a market for clubs. And those clubs are not built for live stages. They're built for a DJ, people dancing, drinking, whatever. They're not built for a show with a band. You can do it, but the acoustic of those places are made, and especially the way the sound system is completely tuned in the whole place is to maximize bass, vibration, and because they want people to go and dance and buy drinks. Club is a place where people are trying to make you spend your money, and the sound, the sonics have to be a certain way. People love going in the club and hitting when the bass with a boom boom and it hit them in the back. Like, people love that. When you do a live concert, you have to control the sound. So one day I had a conversation with a woman that was a promoter in some country, and she was telling me after a show, yeah, listen, your show was great, I loved it, but it was not live. And I was like, yeah, I know. Hello, Sandra. I was like, yeah, I know. But and she was like, yeah, but why? And I was like, because that's what they paid for. And she was like, oh. And she was like, and you don't mind? And I was like, no, I don't. If I have a choice between my demands of what I want to perform and how I want to perform, and be able to perform to a maximum of people around the world, I will choose playing for a maximum of people, because I prefer getting 1,000 euros in a small club with 500 people every week than in a market where, I don't know, let's say only every 3 months I can do a show the way I want and be paid the way it should be. Yeah, listen, it's not tenable in terms of economics. And she was having a conversation with me that was an artistic conversation. Like, yeah, but artists should sing like that, and me, I prefer when it's like this. And I was like, yeah, I hear you, but pay me then. Buy the show with the instruments and etc. etc. Oh yeah, but no, we don't have that much budget. So why are you complaining? You want chocolate ice cream with 3 balls, and you only have money for vanilla in 1 ball. Why are you talking about something you cannot afford? And this is, to me, the real interesting conversation that the fans don't have, or the purists don't have, with the artists. And that comment that I had, I know it was not a bad comment, but the comment said a lot. Oh, I hate Playback. And I was like, it's the same comment as, oh, I hate auto-tune. And I was like, wait, listen, those are tools. And a performance, there's a lot of different performances. Some people, they do a show, guitar and voice. Some people, they do a show, playback plus dancing. Some people, they do a show, full band, whatever. Some people will do a show, full band, but everything is electronic. Like, there's not one way. There's multiple ways, and there's economics behind it. So I was breaking down to Lil Maro how much it cost. So don't mind me on the numbers. I'm just giving numbers just like that. I'm just giving you numbers to simplify. Let's say Irvin. Let's say that Irvin, right, wants me to go perform in South Africa. And he tells me, I want you with a live band. Or I tell him, okay, you have 2 choices. Choice 1 is with a live band. Okay, let's break down how much it costs to bring me and my band to South Africa. First of all, you're gonna need to pay me my cachet, right? Let's say hypothetically I ask 5,000. I would probably ask more, but let's say that I ask 5,000 to come. So that's 5,000. Let's say that you need to pay one engineer to take care of the sound of the stage, right? That's 200. Let's say that you also need to pay another engineer that will take care of the sound of the club or the place, the venue where I'm going to perform. So that's already 2 people that you have to pay. Another 200. So now we are at 5,400. Let's say that you have to pay for the band. So guitar, keyboard, second keyboard, drummer, bassist. So that's 5 people. Oh, percussionist. That's 6 people. Each of them costs 200. So that's 1,002. Now, you have to pay 1,002 for the band, plus the cachet of the artist. So that's 6,200, plus the 2 engineers that take care of the sound. So that's 6,600 that we are. Now you have to pay the flight of the artist, the 6 members of the band, plus the manager. And maybe the artist has 2 dancers. So that's 10 people. You have to pay all these tickets to South Africa. That's a good 6,000 that you have to add just in plane tickets. So now we are at 12,000 and something, right? Now let's say that you have no sponsors, and you're gonna have to pay on top of that. You're gonna have to pay for 1 bedroom for the artist, and those artists, they have luxury taste. So it's not gonna be a 2-star hotel. It's gonna be a 5-star hotel. For him, 1 room, 1 for the manager, and then maybe you can squeeze the band in 2 per room. So let's say, 3 more rooms, 4 rooms with dancers. So 4 rooms. Let's say another 2,000. So now you are at 14, let's say 15,000. If you add that, you have to move all that people. You have to feed them the time that they're here. You have to take them to the restaurant. You have to pay the breakfast. You have to pay for the etc. All right. So let's say it's gonna cost you 15,000. This means that at 15,000, to start making money on your party, you have to have a minimum of 1,500 people just to pay for the show. If the ticket is 10, if the ticket is 20, you need a minimum of 750 people in your club. And that's just to pay for the show. Because you also gonna have to pay for the security, for the DJ, for everybody that the bartenders, or everybody that work on your club. You're gonna have to pay them as always. So let's say, hey, listen, a good 15,000 to organize. So what you're gonna tell the artist? And that's why people ask us, hey, we want you to come, we want you to sing live, etc., etc. And you're like, okay, this is what I need, this is how I work. And what they're gonna tell you, the first way they're gonna try to not pay you that money will be, oh, we have a local band. They can play your songs. I don't care about your local band. I want my own band that will play the sound the way I want it. And you're gonna have to also pay for us to train for 3 days before we come. And they always tell the same thing. No, we have a local band. Don't worry. They will play your song to the perfection. Trust us. What you mean trust you? You mean that I'm gonna travel 10,000 kilometers to arrive 3 days before the show and meet a band of people that I don't know and they're gonna play my songs? And how do I know they understand what I want? How do I know that they understand that I'm an electronic artist? I play computerized music with a little bit of guitars and stuff, but it's computerized music. I like the way it sounds. It sounds heavy. It sounds hip hop. Why are you gonna put me a zouk band, a band that plays? Even if they play amazing, it's not gonna sound like my sound. You put me a jazz band, they're gonna jazzify my music. It might be amazing as an artist. I'm gonna be like, wow, it sounds great, but it's not gonna sound how I sound, how I want to sound live. And no, but don't worry, we have engineers. I might say I want my own engineers. I want to travel with my engineers because they know my sound. They know how to fix the thing. They know the show. Oh, it's gonna cost us a lot of money. I don't care. You ask for me to come, you have to pay. So after that, they're gonna do the calculation. They're gonna realize, damn, okay, if we want to pay that show, we have to put the ticket at $30. $30 per person to come see the show. And if in your club or in the place where you want to perform, people are used to pay $10 to enter, they're gonna be pissed off. They're gonna be like, yo, why is it so expensive? Because we have Kaysha, but and fans love to complain, but they don't like to pay. So now you tell the same person, well, listen, you can pay me just 5,000 and I will come with my pen drive. I have a pen drive. Where is my pen drive? Yes, it's not here. It's in my bag. I have a pen drive. In the pen drive, I got like different shows. I got like a 20-minute shows, already mixed everything. I have a 30-minute shows. I have a 45-minute show, already like from intro to finish, all the hits, one by one, already cut, and then a pause, and then I can finish the show with On Dit Quoi, for example. And I have different mixes for different places because I already know, because of 25 years of performing, what song work where. So I might say, listen, I can come with my pen drive and just me and the manager or just me and DJ. And yeah, it's just gonna cost you 2 plane tickets. And I just need a microphone. And most of the time, the promoters will choose that. Why? Because it's less expensive. Simple as that. And it's not the artists that are lazy. It's just the economics of everything. And listen, when I started performing in 94, I was a rapper. I didn't even think it was possible to perform playback. For me and my sister and Organize, we would write our songs in the afternoon to go perform them at night. We would test new songs. We would freestyle. There would be a lot of improvisation. We are kings of that stuff. We're not scared of that stuff. It's just that at a point, when people pay you, they realize that they also have the economics of, I have a filler club with 500 people max, and I have to pay these people, and I have to make a choice as a promoter, because my public might not pay more than a certain level unless they go to a big concert. And it's very interesting how the same public will not accept to pay more than $20 or euros to see the artists that are close to them, but they might pay triple, quadruple that to see 50 Cent or Bruno Mars, whatever. And it's all the market. That's the market. The market will decide how much people are willing to pay to see you and how much people who pay for you to come will be able to give you. It's the market. It's not a question of emotion. It's a question of market. And a lot of artists, a lot of fans, a lot of people who are in the conversation, they talk from emotions. They talk from, I should be like that. The market doesn't care about how people feel.